Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for taking your precious time and coming to the Empire Magazine podcast. So, this podcast is made for like we dive into real conversation, real stories of real personalities and their journeys. So, this is the beginning of our podcast, and you are the first guest. It is my honor to have you on our podcast. So, the theme of this podcast is the lifeline of skies, navigation cargo. So, I would like to have like your introduction. So, can you please tell about yourself to our audience?
Thank you. It's an honor to be the first one here on your Empire magazine forecast. My name is Dr. Vandana Singh, and a little bit about myself would be I come from a military background. So my father's from the Indian Army, and as we speak, I have one daughter. She's also just got commissioned in the Indian Army. So that's a bit about my background. It's a soldier's background. I have 3 decades of experience in the aviation industry. Spent my time most on international postings with Lufthansa German Airlines and later with Saudi Arabian Airlines.
Okay.
And that is where most of my career has been spent as far as aviation is concerned. I have also gone deep into the aviation cargo industry because that is something which was always intriguing to me and it was like a dream to me. And as of today, I work as a chairperson for FAII for the Aviation Cargo Wing, that is Federation of Aviation Industry in India. So that's a bit about myself.
Yeah,
Over to
thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. Like I would like to ask you, like what this field, like how did this field came into your mind? How the idea of aviation cargo came into your life?
You know, Rucha, as a very, very young girl, as a very young child, and recently I spoke about it at a TED talk as well. I would be running up on the terrace of my house and just looking at those silver streaks that the aircrafts would leave, and they would be flying, and I would just keep following them till I would lose sight of them, and I would always tell myself that this is where I want to be, this is where I want to do. And there was that passion, or you could say that that love for the joining that industry that started from a very, very young age, and it got planted in my mind. And of course, this field, when it came through, it wasn't easy. Like any other field, you need discipline, you need to keep trying, you need to never give up. And at that time, I used to be told that, what are you thinking about? You know, you women should either just be doing
Yeah.
engineering or you could do medicine, but you want to go and fly. So I said, yes, I want to. I wanted to be a fighter pilot at that time, very much a fighter pilot. Looking also at my father's background, who's been like a role model to me. And then, of course, this field, it took over and it kind of shaped. So I started from the passenger side, from the cabin crew side. That's how I made my entry into international airline. And then I used to always see, when I would be inside the cabin, I would see on the other side, these pallets being loaded, the passenger
Yeah, yeah.
pallets,
Cargo, yeah.
and all of this, coming through from the other side. And I would keep looking at that and I would say, I like that. That doesn't talk, but I want to know more about it. So I really got intrigued by the cargo, and I thought I'm going to take that plunge. Of course, at that time, you would see only rugged people wearing dungarees and totally male-dominated, sphere.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I forayed my way into aviation cargo, and I'm glad I did because the opportunity I got, I turned it into what you call a calling. The opportunity turned into a calling for me.
Right.
So that's how
It
this
turned
this
great. Yeah.
happened.
So, ma'am, what did spark you into this? Like, what was specific that made you choose this path? What was the difference between the passenger and the cargo? Can you explain to our audience? Because they might have no idea about it.
See, when we talk about cargo,
Yeah,
that is a passenger that doesn't talk. Let's just put it like that.
yeah.
A passenger talks, cargo doesn't talk. It's
Talk.
silent,
Right,
it moves silently. But let's remember that this is what shapes the entire globe. The
right,
entire world, imagine if the exports and imports would stop. How would the world economy function?
right,
Because every day you've recently heard day before or rather on the Republic Day you heard about the major deal that India has signed with the European
yeah,
Union,
yeah. I have heard.
which is the
It's
mother
great.
of all deals.
Yeah, yeah,
So basically cargo is about trade, and when we talk about aviation cargo, you are foraying into uh, time sensitive shipments, time sensitive cargo. So it's like life saving medicines, it's like pharmaceuticals, it's perishables, a lot of meat, poultry, cheese, all of this that's flying around the world. It's all going by air. Your chocolates, your wine,
yeah.
everything is going by air.
Right.
And similarly, your fashion, which means that point A is making it, it has to go to point B. So let's say a garment is being made in India and it has the tag of Zara on it. Let's say we
Yeah,
both are wearing Zara jackets.
yeah,
So it has to go to Europe and it is being made actually in India and areas and the countries around, such as Sri Lanka or Bangladesh or Vietnam, all of
yeah,
these countries, right? So when these ready-made garments, these RMGs go from India, they are going on what we call garment on hangers, GOH. So they
right.
go in those kind of containers, they are loaded like that in the aircraft. So guess what? When they reach, let's say Europe, let's say they reach Frankfurt, it's already, you can just take it out and send it directly to the store
Yeah,
of
easily.
Zara or Massimo Dutti or Pull and Bear, whatever brand it is.
Any brand.
And so much to the extent that that garment is saying 29.99 euro, now 19.99 euro. Even
Yeah,
that tag is there. So it's all bar coded, it's ready, and that's the way it's done. So you're talking about very interesting things, as I said,
yeah,
pharmaceuticals, perishables, valuables, and all your, high-end goods like your
yeah,
perfumes, your
right.
Chanels, your Dior's, your luxury bags. Just talk of everything, all moves via air cargo. And I think it's a very, very interesting and an intriguing industry to be in. Over
Yeah.
to you.
So, ma'am, can you tell us that what is the basic qualification and what is the path to enter the navigation cargo, aviation cargo, sorry.
Richa, I would say first your mindset.
Yeah, yeah,
First thing is your mindset.
yeah,
Mindset is very important, and you have to be very focused and very, very disciplined, as it goes with any other industry. However, if you see an engineering degree is good, or science degree is appreciated, your depth into supply chain logistics. We are encouraging a lot of women to come forward and empowering them, when it comes to supply chain logistics, achieving a degree in that, because that is how you foray into aviation cargo as such. Otherwise, there are ways that you start interning with a freight forwarding company. or you start, but you have to have the basic background of supply chain logistics,
Okay, okay,
right?
right. So, can you tell the difference when back then you started the journey and right now? What's the most difference
So
that
the
you can
difference
tell
that we
us?
see, yeah, the difference right now is that we are in an era where technology is changing by the minute. I can say
Right.
that.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
true.
are in an era where everything is getting digitalized, right? So
Right,
when things are getting tech savvy, digitalized, barcoding, all of that. So we are in an era where things are getting paperless, which is very
yeah,
good, which really takes the efficiency of the aviation cargo industry up.
right,
We talk about e-air bills, which is basically electronic air bills. So the data transfer is all done electronically.
right,
And let's take example, you simply talk about pharmaceuticals, and we talk in a very layman's language. So let's say there is some life-saving medicine, or there is some pharmaceutical which has to move from, say, Hyderabad or say Ahmedabad, and it has to move into, say, uh, some point in JFK or US or someplace.
okay,
And what happens is that you put it in a container, and this medicine is supposed to be, let's say, stored between 2 to 8 degrees,
oh,
or it has to maintain a temperature of 8 to 15 degrees.
okay,
So nowadays we have these containers, the era that we are living in, where every second your shipment is monitored. And if there is a fluctuation in the temperature, and the likelihood of that shipment or that vaccine or that drug getting what do you call losing its value or losing its shelf life, then immediately that monitor will tell you that you have missed this, or you have not followed this pattern.
oh,
So this is the era that we live in, from the era where we started. And I see this technology is evolving by the minute, and it's very, very good that each and every one adapts to it, learns from it, and also challenges it from time to time.
right. So back then, how would you like load these shipments in which there needed a specific temperature or any specific caution, like needed to take care? Like, how would you do it back then when
That's
this
how.
technology was not yet into the field?
So, where does the technology come from? The technology comes from human intelligence. The
Right,
technology comes from us. We
right,
are the ones who design it. Even when we talk about artificial intelligence, we are the brains sitting behind, feeding the artificial intelligence to come up with quick responses, right or wrong,
right,
right?
absolutely right.
In
Yeah,
a similar vein, everything that we did was manual. Please
okay,
understand, at a time even when you would check in at the airport and you would want to fly from point A to point B, everything was manual. Even the counting was manual, even the manifest was manual, even the load control was manual. In the same way, cargo was manual. So everything used to be done in that manner. So you you have something like dry ice, you know
right,
how to
right.
keep things cool.
Yeah,
So there are various formats by which you manage, or you have something called thermal blankets. So there are
okay,
many things in the industry which are there and which are now evolving. And one always follows the trend, and one always tries to, keep up with time and become savvy. And that's what our country also is doing as we speak.
right. So, ma'am, how a typical work day of yours looks like?
A typical work day for me can range anywhere from policy advocacy to, giving what you call taking certain decisions which need to be taken at that time, attending a few meetings, clients, all of it. So my there's no typical 9 to 5 workday for me. I'm talking in various time zones.
Right.
I'm shifting from one time zone to another time zone. So it could be a call that I'm taking at 5 a.m. It could be
Oh,
something I'm doing at 11 p.m. It could be like that. So it's like shuttling between time zones, and it's like managing policies, having meetings, coming up with the industry, what do you call, reshaping the industry in whatever little way that I can contribute, and yeah, staying focused. That is how a typical day works for me.
okay. And ma'am, back then when you were working on the cargo, how was your day back then? Can you share?
Back then, we were running from one warehouse to the other warehouse. We were moving from what do you call, import terminal, export terminal, going and checking on shipments physically, seeing, okay, this has come from this client. Actually, we used to even write on our wrists at that
Oh,
time.
oh,
Then the clients would be calling, where is my shipment? What has happened? Where is it reached? We would be manually following it up. There was a time of faxes at that time. There was what you call emails that were going up and down, and of course, faxes, emails, manual, all of that running up and down. There was no time to really sit and do anything. Uh, and
okay.
believe me, that kind of situation is still there, but in a different way.
So, ma'am, was it very stressful or it was like you were very comfortable at some point after that?
You see, you have to distinguish between when you distinguish between urgency and panic,
Yeah.
then you don't have any problem. So you realize this is a part of my job, and this is how it is. Every day is not going to be
It
same,
is
and
going to be.
I like being challenged. I like change. I like adapting to change. Believe me, you have to be the change that you want the world to see. So you have to start it with yourself. Now, for someone
Right.
like me, Rucha, I have changed 15 schools in
Oh
the
my God.
span of 16 years. Now,
That's a lot.
what does that tell you? My father would get
Change.
posted from point A to point B, and he would be posted within a year, sometimes within 8 months, sometimes 1.5 years. I would be changing one school to the other school as a youngster. And imagine what that does to you in a good way. In a
Yeah.
good way, before you're able to settle down somewhere, you're moving to a
You
new
have to
location.
change. Yeah.
Now, somewhere you have schools which look like tin sheds. They
Right.
are schools up to eighth class or up to whatever. I was
Ninth.
changing
Yeah.
schools. I was changing, somewhere they have done up to chapter 8. In a new school I do, they are already on chapter 13. So I have to come up to that. And before you make a friend, there's time to make a new friend
That
because you
that's
forget.
more
So
difficult
if
as
you
a
change so many schools from your nursery to your class 12th, then imagine what that does to a human being. It makes you very strong.
yeah.
That experience is a very rich experience which makes you resilient,
Right.
makes you fiercely independent,
Right.
and makes you adapt to that change and gives you that never say die attitude.
That's
This
true.
is what it does. It doesn't let you rest, so you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. And 15 school, you said 15, right?
Yes,
And
15
that's
schools.
huge number. That's a huge number, and that's great. Actually, you also get to meet new people in the journey, different kinds of people, different kinds of experiences, and even like different places, different culture. You have to adapt to every culture and take the challenge fearlessly. And I see that you are challenged from right from the beginning of your life, like when you were a child, and still I guess there are many challenges on your way, and you will absolutely take it very fearlessly. So ma'am, can you share any memorable or any different moment from your journey to our audience? A small,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, please.
what I would like to really share here is the COVID-19 pandemic, which
Okay.
all of you, everybody remembers.
Yeah, very much.
How the world was locked down of COVID-19, all of 2020 and 2021 that we were locked out, right?
Right,
And
right.
that's not far back. That's not far back. We
Yeah.
all know that we were all
We are
working
still processing
remotely.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that we were working remotely, that we were trying to make business continue, that educational institutions, everybody was working online. You
right.
could not come out of your house. There was so much fear, there was so much panic, and there were so many deaths. Now, what happened during COVID-19? It is cargo. It is aviation cargo
Right.
that saved the entire world. You'll ask me how? What were we doing? We
Yeah.
were flying freighters, which are cargo aircrafts,
Okay.
carrying COVID-19,
Vaccine.
Covishields, Covaxin, the PPT
Masks.
masks. All of this was being done, and it was trying to save the world. And
It
how
was
was this
fine.
happening? It
Yeah.
was happening through cargo. So
Right.
we worked very hard at it. We worked very strongly on it, and we worked silently on it. But I think it played a huge
Yeah.
role to save lives and save the world in whatever manner it could. And supplying medicines from point A to point B or receiving. Imagine in India, we were all in queues waiting to get
Yeah.
those
First situation.
shots.
Yeah.
First vaccine, and then the second vaccine, and then the booster shots, all of it. So that has been one of the most memorable moments for me in recent times to really say that look what this pandemic did. And look how the world got saved, and how many people lost their lives trying
And
to
yeah.
save the world. So, this is the defining moment for me.
Yeah. It couldn't have been more easy and more, we can say, like, applicable to us without aviation cargo. It made every human being's life very easy and very, like, you can say it was very difficult to even get a meal for like a meal a day to many people. It was
Absolutely.
still, yeah,
Absolutely. So, working in a high pressure environment, trying to deliver, trying to save whatever you can, trying to contribute in your own little way you can. I think small details lead to big business.
right,
And that's how it really reshaped the entire thinking that, oh God, in today's time and age, this can happen.
right.
This
It was
can
very,
happen, and
yeah,
the world comes to a standstill. And this is also a time which makes you reflect what are we doing to the nature and what is nature giving back to us.
right. Karma,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's all about also climate, how
right.
we as human beings are polluting the climate, and
Yeah,
what we need to do to really make it nature friendly and make it healthy. Otherwise, we have viruses and bacterias and all pollution. Look at it all around.
yeah.
So the question will ultimately be how does one save the world?
Right. And
Right.
this year, I guess in Delhi also the climate, the oxygen was very worst. Like I have my relatives in Delhi, so they used to tell it is so difficult to breathe. They had to bring different like purifiers, like oxygen air purifiers and air to just take good oxygen. It was that worst, I guess.
Everywhere it's the same. Every house, everybody who can afford has an air purifier.
Yeah,
Every place you go, even in homes, since COVID, people have started keeping oxygen cylinders. And yes, the pollution levels have been so high that GRAP 3, GRAP 4 have been reinforced in all of NCR and
yeah.
areas around. But the question ultimately will be saving the earth and saving and doing something for climate.
Hope now people get to understand that and just work for it. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
what was the most rewarding moment of your life? You can explain in life or in your journey. It can be any.
So the most rewarding moment for me is that I've stayed very focused. I've stayed very disciplined. And I have tried to work, in a situation where there is panic, but I don't panic. Where there is chaos, but I try to find that harmony. I try to find that discipline, and I try to simplify things as much as I can. So from complexity, I find simplicity. So the most rewarding for me has been sticking to this industry, which is the aviation industry, and the aviation industry in its own way is rewarding me for my dedication and for my focused approach, and also in other ways rewarding that I really improvised on what we call reverse sales. You'll ask me what is reverse sales.
Yeah,
Reverse sales
yeah.
is uh, when your aircraft, which is flying with 100,000 kgs or what we call 100 tons of cargo, is, let's say, going from Delhi into, let's say, again, I'll take example of Frankfurt, is going full with exports from here, but the aircraft that's coming in from Germany into India is coming half empty, meaning it's not coming with that much load. So at the end of the day, you are supposed to bring about what you call revenue optimization. You're supposed to bring about load optimization. How do you do that? So then came the concept of what you call import sales or reverse sales. And when we talk about import sales or reverse sales, it means so there's a freight chain. I'll explain that to
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
On one side is the shipper. Okay,
Okay.
let's say the
Okay.
shipper could be Inditex, let's say, and the consignee is Zara,
Okay.
maker,
Okay.
taker.
Okay.
Okay. And
Right.
then in between, you have the airline and you have the forwarding agent on both sides, the clearing agent, the forwarding
Yeah.
agent, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, in reverse sales, you have to influence the consignee, meaning the one who's actually paying for this
Okay.
shipment.
Okay.
So to do that, you have to have that kind of a strategy that you're able to tap into market intelligence, know who's the consignee, and say, look, sir, we will fly your cargo from A to B. I'm calling from say Lufthansa or calling
Yeah.
from Saudi, and I would like to do this in this manner, and may I demonstrate it to you? So that was another rewarding moment for me when I was given an Oscar award by Lufthansa when I steered this. Uh,
That's
After
great.
that, yeah, post that, of course, there has been an array of awards, but then the COVID Warrior Award, uh,
Oh,
that
congrats.
was that
Yeah.
was really that was really 2020 COVID Warrior Award was really nice to have, and I think that was another rewarding moment in my journey.
That's really inspiring, actually. I'm
You,
feeling more blessed to have you like my first guest and my start of the podcast.
thank you.
So, ma'am, what challenges did you faced, whatever in your journey of aviation cargo? Was there any specific challenge you remember which triggers you or you couldn't handle and you were disappointed? Or how did you face the challenge? Can you explain?
First of all, Rucha, one has to understand how we see challenges. I see challenge as an opportunity. I
Oh,
don't see challenge as a challenge. I see if it's a challenge, I can turn it into an opportunity. So obviously, you're coming into a completely male-dominated industry.
right.
Okay, so if you look at it in the beginning, as I started, because I've really grown from the roots, from operations to sales to higher positions in South Asia to higher positions in Asia Pacific to global positions. So I've actually grown
Step
like
by
that
step.
right
Yeah.
from the roots. So when you do that, uh, you come across situations in the beginning when there are meetings happening and you feel that your voice is not being heard at all. And there are moments when they dismiss you, or they
Dominance.
tell you you
Yeah.
go stand outside.
Yeah.
So, but you show up. You show up every day, day after day, month after month, year after year. You do that,
Keep on
and
trying.
you keep trying to focus on on what you have to do, on the job that is given to you, and try to do it to the best of your ability. And when you actually go in depth into the job profile you have, uh, then you realize you get that confidence to face that challenge and turn that challenge into an opportunity. Like I
Absolutely.
told you, I did for reverse sales or import sales. That was a challenge given to me. I turned it around. You have to keep on innovating yourself. You have to always be curious. You have to always question yourself. You have to ask yourself, is this right? Is this wrong? Do you think, what should I do? And you have to understand that knowledge is a never-ending space,
That's
sphere.
true.
You have to, and every day you learn something new. And you have to
Absolutely.
keep on increasing your knowledge day after day. I'm learning something from you. You are learning something from me. Each
Right.
day is a learning experience. And when you do that,
Absolutely.
you will see that you will conquer all your challenges.
Yeah, absolutely right, ma'am. What is a specific trait you used or you have that made you survive this industry or survived you through life and will still keep in check? Like, what is that one personality trait you use often?
Okay, that one personality trait is inbuilt inside me. It's not that I
Yeah.
use. It's called
Oh,
resilience. I'm a very resilient person.
can you brief that to our audience?
Resilient, resilient meaning you stand firm. You never give
Yeah.
up. You have a
Yeah,
lot of perseverance.
absolutely.
So when you're resilient, that means that you keep on trying, 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 and never giving up. You don't have a never say die attitude. And I think this resilience is something again that I've inherited from my father. I owe it to him, that I have inherited it from him, and I have learned to become very, very resilient and strong, and having that never say die or never give up attitude. And when you have that resilience, or that perseverance, then you realize that when one door shuts, then the other one opens. Or
That's true.
sometimes, even if you see a window of an opportunity, you see that there is light at the end of the dark tunnel. That's how it is.
That's that's true, ma'am. Actually, my grandfather is also served for the Indian Army,
Yes.
and he motivates me. Like he is the one he's 75 years old, but he still has the same confidence, courage, and I look up to him, and he inspires me daily. Like I get lazy sometimes, I get tired of my work, but he has his routine fixed, and he should do it by like 12, then that task should be done at that time. He's that particular. And I know this industry is very disciplined and it's very inspiring to for everyone actually. Like you inspire many of us, like many girls actually, because as you said, it is a male dominant industry and you stood up for the females, the women of our country, and that's very grateful. How can you tell that after you took this step, how did other women get inspired by it, and what were the qualities that made other people, like you said your daughter is also in the same thing, so did she choose the industry by herself or were you the one to encourage her to go into this? How was it?
Rucha, my daughter is in the armed forces.
Okay,
She's a
okay,
lieutenant in the Indian Army, and
okay.
she has taken after my father, right?
Oh, that's
And
great.
that again, as you know, is absolutely male-dominated industry. You have
Absolutely,
very,
yeah,
very few women officers,
yeah,
and it takes a calling of its own kind to be where she is right now. And I'm extremely, extremely proud of her, that I've nurtured her in that manner to stay as resilient and strong as anyone can be.
yes,
That is how it is, because it takes a lot to be in that position.
right,
Now, coming to this industry, I always encourage women to come forward in the aviation sphere. whether it is in passenger side, whether it is being cargo, aviation cargo, supply chain logistics management. Very often, I'm trying my best to empower women, get more women over to join. Last week, I was at the Economic Times conclave doing keynote speaker over there. That was all about supply chain logistics. And again, I was asking women to come forward. So, and women are coming forward. Women are coming forward in very strong roles. So, whether it's supply chain management, sales and marketing within supply chain management, what you call HR,
HR,
all of these roles where women are coming forward, including operations.
Oh,
So
that's great.
operations, sales, revenue management, net entire planning of the network management that we call it, fleet management, all of it is where women are really coming forward. And if you see in many companies, women are also the CEOs of the
Yeah.
companies. So that's how women are shaping up. And I'm very, very happy and proud about it.
Yeah, ma'am, that's great. Did you come across any woman that got inspired by you and like they shared their part? Like, how did you inspire them? Did you?
Yes, I
Can
have
you share
plenty.
the?
I have plenty who have come back, who have thanked and said, "Thank you for showing us the way," and actually, walking the talk,
Yeah,
and leading the way. And yes, people have really come and thanked, and I'm glad that I could, in some way,
yeah,
motivate them and influence them and encourage them to really be what they are today. So I'm very happy with
yeah.
women coming
Yeah,
forward.
that's great. That's
Hmm.
actually very big step in for women, for females by you, because like they are always told to step back. Like you are woman, you are female, you can't do this, you can't go there. It's 9 p.m. You can't go out. Like they are stopped in many ways because there are been many rules made by, you can say, the previous generation. Right now
Hmm.
it's changing. Like right now people are evolving, their mindsets are evolving. But yeah, actually coming forward and taking this step, it's a lot. It goes through a lot. I can get that it is not an easy job actually. Without any support, it's very difficult. So, who was your biggest cheerleader in this journey, or who was your like a backbone, you can say, who stood by you, by your decision, and supported you?
That's a very nice question. It's my mother and
Oh,
my father both. Both have stood by me and never allowed me to give up. There were times when I wanted to give up, especially when I had my daughter. I wanted to give up and I wanted to say, no, this is enough. I've done enough. But I always had that support. Uh, like you said, my spine has
yeah.
been my mother who has said, no, you've come here, you've come this far, not to just come this far. You will march forward like a soldier. You will not look
That's
back.
yeah, that's the most important support every person needs. Their like the parent support. I hope like every girl child gets such parents who support and trust their daughter's decision no matter what. Help her out and make her way very easy, and not let her keep like not let her goals be shattered or stopped due to XYZ condition, because there are many conditions like after marriage, after having a child, or in the initial days, it's difficult for a woman to balance things. So, but if she gets supports, like if her husband supports or parents or anyone, it's a bit easy for her. So,
Absolutely. It's a lot
yeah,
easy.
yeah, it's a lot easy. And ma'am, can you tell how did you manage your personal life and professional life during difficult tasks and programs or any missions you were put into? How did you manage both?
So, Rucha, as I said, I've been living more of a suitcase and traveling up and down the world all the time. I've spent more time in the air than on the ground. That is why when
Yeah,
they asked me, "Do you drive, ma'am?" I said, "No, I fly. I fly." I just say
yeah,
that. Uh, because to me, the sky is everything. And when it comes to managing professional and personal life, I think, again, when you have the traits of being resilient, confident, facing everything, then it shows you how to balance your personal and professional life. And you can only try your best as a human being. There is so much you can do, and there is so much that you cannot do. So do whatever you can honestly, and what you cannot do, don't do it.
yeah,
But never try to get into something what you can't. So I would say always try to balance as much as you can your personal and professional life.
right.
And try to be, see, when you're at home, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a daughter.
Yeah,
And when you're at work, you're the management, or you're the CEO
employee.
or
Yeah,
whatever, or employee. You are that role. So
yeah,
never carry your professional role into your personal life.
yeah.
And
There's little water,
yeah,
thin line.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's how it has to be done. And I think we women can manage this much better because
yeah,
our EQ,
absolutely.
EQ, which is the emotional quotient, is very, very high and very, very strong. And God has blessed us with very high EQ.
Yeah, absolutely right. Did you feel at any moment that I'm not fully there for my daughter or my husband or my parents or in-laws? Was there any moment that like made you question, am I enough or am I fully there for them? Am I missing out on something? Like I feel like there can be any difficult task during festivities or any other important occasion. So I hope you have missed some of them and you feel like you have questioned yourself, am I good or am I enough for them?
That's again a very human and very good and a human question you put, Rucha. See, there are many times I felt guilty as hell.
Yeah,
Guilty as hell, especially when my daughter was very, very tiny.
sick. Yeah. Oh,
Very, she was a baby at that time. I felt very, very guilty that I'm not giving time. Now you said sick. Yeah, when your child is sick, how do
yes.
you work, right? So missing festivals. I don't know how many festivals I have attended. I've
Okay.
seen myself standing on Diwali nights, working round the clock. I have not seen Christmas. I have not seen. So no, but I have no regrets because
Yeah.
when you
Respect you
work,
for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you work properly.
Yeah.
And as far as managing my daughter is concerned, as I said, the elders in my family have stood strong and given me that support system, which I very badly needed, because you do feel that guilt comes in on its own. But then,
Absolutely.
when you have a good support system, then that helps you to get over it.
Yeah.
But at the
That's
end of the day, we are all human.
humans. And females are more emotional and they feel more guilty compared to men, I feel.
So
Like
they
it is,
do, as I said, our EQ is very high, but also we are made to feel guilty.
yeah,
Please
like,
understand the difference. If a man is going and working from morning to evening, it's fine. If
yeah,
a
it's
man
his
is
job.
going in,
Yeah,
if normal, if a man is going and working from, let's say, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., it's all right. But
yeah,
if a lady is going and working in the night, you said, what were you doing in the night?
yeah, that's true.
So that is a totally different subject that I don't want to go on right now, because I
Yeah,
stand all
it's a
for
huge,
women empowerment,
yeah,
and I stand here for uh, everything where what women can achieve. And I do believe that what is good for the goose is good for the gander as well.
yeah, right.
Yeah, as simple as that. So I don't believe in what you call gender bias or stuff like that. But I believe we must stand up
Yeah.
for our own rights always, and we must do what we think is right. Give as much dedication to our job and try to manage. And I think women are very good at multitasking.
Yeah, they are made actually like that.
So
It's
we can
very
multitask. We can
easily.
multitask.
Yeah.
So we do it. We do it with grace and we do it with
Yeah.
dignity. And
Yeah.
let's take a bow
And we
to
don't
that.
complain. Yeah.
We don't complain.
Yeah. Ma'am, how do you see the future of aviation cargo?
Oh, very nice. Evolving as we speak. I see it getting better and better. I see our country moving forward. A lot of changes are happening now in our country. We have big cargo hubs coming up at Navi Mumbai International Airport, at the Noida International Airport or Jewar International Airport that's coming up, warehousing, supply chain management, infrastructure development, so many airports opening up. I think close to 350 under the Udan scheme, which has been
Yeah.
extended. So I've been talking about all of this in a lot of on a lot of media uh,
Oh,
companies and media bites. But
yeah.
yeah, I see the future as very, very strong, very, very good, and shaping our country in a big, big way.
Yeah, right. Last year, actually, our city also started its airport. Like we didn't had airport in our city. There was a place, but no aircrafts were flying. But last year it started, and it is very helpful and easy for us now. It's not there in many cities, but the most important where it is most people travel, it is still there, and we see it evolving. That has made very helpful for us to fly for a quick like any emergency. Otherwise, it was very difficult for us to travel. Like in emergency, there was no option. We had to travel by our personal vehicles or train by XYZ. So last year it started and it's very grateful.
That's very
So
nice. And which
yeah,
city is this?
Solapur.
Very good. See, now that's what it is. We are now at a stage in our country. We are not focusing as, I mean, metros are taken care of. Tier 1 cities are taken care of. Tier 2 and tier 3 cities is where the focus is. And everything is being done to connect them, as much as we can by air. And that is what the objective
Yeah,
of the government is.
yeah, right. Ma'am, you talked about COVID-19. What was your role in that situation? Like, what was your task back then during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was li liaising all the time with essential exports, imports that had to move out, really tying up on all of that, not just pharmaceuticals, but don't forget that entire food, water, even like you
Yeah,
said, the meals you eat,
yeah,
everything
that
is transported and everything was moving by air. So many essential items, essential goods were moving by air. So I was busy coordinating because I was taking charge of global key account management. So
okay.
globally, I was in charge for all the customers and I had a lot of work to do. And everything was, of course, happening electronically, but things were also happening physically with the aircraft, taking the cargo from point A to point B and making sure it is delivered to the doorstep of the customer or the client or the consignee.
Yeah, and by putting your life into danger, like it was a contagious disease, so it must be like you might have thought like maybe what if I get into trouble?
I think
Those
all
things.
of us thought that. All of us thought
Yeah,
that.
even
But
by sitting at home, we thought that ki maybe we might get the disease. Yeah.
well, I did get COVID. I did
Oh,
get it.
okay.
And my treating doctor passed away.
Arey, oh,
Yes.
that's
So
sad.
that is something I will never forget. The doctor who was treating me, he died in his own hospital.
That's really sad. Actually, a lot of lives were like our loved ones were put their life into difficulties during COVID due to not getting the medicines at time or not affording the treatment. Like I saw there were people who were on the streets, like they didn't know anything about the treatment, the vaccines, and their lives and their bodies were lying on the street, and that was very difficult to watch and go through. It was a
Yes,
difficult period. Yeah.
indeed. We've seen all that. I mean, in fact, nobody even got their last rites.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's because the body had COVID in it. It was infectious. It was contagious. So, oh, that time nobody wants to
Very
remember. You want to
difficult.
forget it like a nightmare.
Yeah.
But
And hope
somewhere,
that time doesn't arises again
yes,
in
but
future.
we hope because right now there is so much of geopolitics.
Yeah.
There is so much of war that's going on everywhere. Uh, this was a biological weapon, as
Yeah.
we saw
Right.
this
Right.
virus,
Right.
and you see it in so many movies and Hollywood pictures and all of that. We
Yeah.
don't want something like that in the world that will destroy the world and that will
Yeah.
take away human lives.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah. Ma'am, how would you like to fly the passengers or would you like to take the cargo? What will be your preference if you had put into?
Well, as I said, I started with passengers. I started as cabin crew. I
Yeah,
have, and that has its own charm.
yeah,
But something that intrigued me and challenged me was cargo as a lady. And I would be told at that time, oh, how come a lady like you is doing this? And I would say, why not? I love this.
yeah.
So yes, given a chance, I would keep doing this again and again.
Cargo. Yeah. So was there any other lady in while you started the journey with you?
No,
No. For
no,
how
I
many
was the
years?
only lady in the room
Yeah.
a couple of years. And
Only lady in all the mess.
yeah, then
Yeah.
when I moved to other countries, of course, there were women everywhere. There were women in Germany, there were women there. Even here in India, we had women, and they came into bigger roles. And yes,
So
it was
are
changing at that time.
yeah.
Yes.
So are the females coming forward to in this industry? Like, are you seeing the change?
I'm seeing the change, and I'm seeing the change happen in a positive way. Women
Okay.
are coming forward. Women are coming, as I said, into operational roles, sales roles, marketing roles, HR roles, operational roles, and network management, fleet management. They're coming everywhere. Just the way they come in for passenger side, they're coming in for cargo side. Don't forget, it's one aircraft which carries the passenger and the cargo, unless
Right.
you have cargo aircraft only, which are freighters.
Okay. So we hope the number keeps on rising
Thank
and
you.
we change the graph of this industry very soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
ma'am, this will be a fun segment. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to choose. It's like either or.
Mm-hmm.
So early briefing or late night shifts.
I would say early bird always because strong beginnings, they set the tone for the day. Don't you
Okay.
think so?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, uh, the early shifts are like more productive. Also, you get more time in the rest half of the day, and it is easy. So, would you manage paperwork or people management? What will you choose?
Looking at me, what do you say? I would say people
People
management
management. Yeah, I
because
can tell that.
strong teams create strong outcomes.
Right.
So it's always
Teamwork. Yeah.
people
Yeah. Yeah.
management.
People management.
Right.
Yeah, and you spoke about team, that's true. Like for any task, the team is very important.
Yes.
Like in our industry also, without the team, this call was also not possible because one person can't handle everything. So
True.
you need good support and a good cooperative team.
Yes.
So I would like to ask you to describe the aviation cargo in 3 words, if you can describe it.
In three words, if you want me
Yeah,
to describe aviation cargo, I would say unpredictable. Absolutely unpredictable. Changes, weather can change it,
yeah,
time can change it, situation can change it. There can be a last minute shipment or
yeah.
force majeure. So it's something that's not planned. And that works very well with me because that's how
You like
uh,
challenges.
I like to take the challenges.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, would you prefer tight deadlines or unexpected disruptions?
Now you tell me.
Unexpected disruption.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Unexpected disruptions because
yeah,
they demand instant clarity and leadership.
yeah.
That
That's
is
true.
where your decision-making power comes from. And I'm used to these unexpected disruptions all my life. It
Yeah,
started as a child. I kept changing
yeah.
schools. I
Schools.
didn't know which chapter, what book, where, what, how. Yeah.
What
So,
people. Yeah,
yes, exactly. So
yeah.
you keep these disruptions, they really shape you, and if you
That's
face them
true.
at a very young age, they make you very resilient.
Yeah. Your mind is trained like that for rest of
Exact,
your life. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So, what do you think? Would you have survived a 9 to 5 desk job?
Unlikely. Highly unlikely
Yeah, I can see you
well,
like
how should I say
adventure.
that? A- Aviation trains you to expect the unexpected.
Yeah, right,
Am I right?
right, right.
Aviation trains you to expect the unexpected. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
I get it. So, would you choose this career if you get a chance again? Maybe some other, like you are not doing this, but some other time you get to choose, like if anyone would suggest you, would you choose this this field
Absolutely,
again?
absolutely, without any hesitation, without even blinking my eye. I
Yeah.
would say yes.
Even after you have faced so many challenges, would you still like to choose this?
Yes, either this or I would go into the armed forces.
Okay. So, if not aviation or if not you said like armed force, what would be a career path you would have choose for yourself?
This is it. I wouldn't go anywhere else. I'm very resilient. I
Yeah,
would stick to
very
this.
firm. Yeah,
Yes,
I get
yes.
it. So,
You know, where
what
there's a will, there's a way. If you
that's
want
true.
something,
That's
you
true.
get
Yeah.
it. You know,
The
that's,
vision should be clear.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
very funny thing about life. If you choose nothing but the very best in life, or what you want, you often get it.
that's true. I agree. I'm working on it too. Yeah,
Good.
manifestation, hard work, everything's come
Yes.
with it. Yeah,
Yes. Manifestation. Rightfully said.
yeah. So, what is more unpredictable in your it's weather or last minute shipments?
I would say last minute shipments, they always keep you on your toes.
Okay.
And of course, that's expected. But yeah, that keeps you on your toes. And yeah, looking at weather also keeps on changing. One minute
Yeah,
it's sunshine, one minute it's raining, and
reading.
1 minute it's a hailstorm. So yeah, but definitely this.
Okay. So, ma'am, what was one turning point in your life or in your journey that you can remember?
When we talk about turning point in my life, there were many turning point in my life. The first turning point in my life was moving from passenger side to cargo side.
Yeah,
As far as aviation is concerned, taking that decision, taking that deep dive, taking that risk of saying, I'm going to go where no other woman has gone before, honestly
yeah,
speaking, like that.
right.
Then, of course, there were many twists and turns in my life, which was also changing with locations that I was moving to, whether it was Singapore, whether it was Frankfurt, whether it was London, whether it was a lot of other locations that I have been posted at.
Okay.
So those were also certain turning
Turning
points in my life. Then, of course, the pandemic was a huge turning point in my life.
highlight of
Also,
your journey. Yeah.
yes, also when in 2008, or was it at that time, there was a huge what do you call, recession that took place in the world,
Okay.
and there was a lot of pressure for all of us to do our best. That was another turning point. So yeah,
Many
life is
times.
like that. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you can
Exactly.
still tell there can be any turning point in few upcoming years as you're still challenging yourself for more adventures.
Yes.
So, ma'am, you talked about your daughter. So, can you give a small, we can say, a small glimpse of what she is and describe her and let our audience know about it, as she's also serving for Indian Army. She's serving for our country, and we respect her a lot. So, can you speak about her?
I'll just speak very little because I don't think
Yeah,
I'm allowed to disclose so much.
yeah, yeah, no problem.
But she's a lieutenant in the Indian Army. She's just been commissioned,
Okay,
and she's in the judge advocate branch. That may makes her a legal side.
okay,
So she's in that arm and has to lead a very disciplined life again.
okay.
That's what I would like to talk to you about her, and I'm very, very proud to
Yeah,
have her
a
in my
proud
life,
mother. Yeah.
and I'm very, very attached to her.
We can see your resemblance into her. Like she's also uh, it is a challenging job. We can see like Indian serving for a country is a challenging job, and as like I see like you like adventure, and she is also choosing the path. So it's great. A proud mother and daughter duo, we can
Thank
say.
you,
Very
thank you,
inspiring. Yeah. I
thank
hope
you,
I
thank you,
make my mother also proud someday.
thank you, Rucha. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
yeah, ma'am, this was the rapid fire was the last round of
thank
our
you,
podcast.
thank you.
So you can give a small talk to our audience about, in general, anything about your life, about your journey, or anything that you could end this podcast with.
Well, I've already spoken about my journey in a recent TED talk where I've actually talked about, the fact that how I used to chase my dream of, becoming a fighter pilot, and how, of course, at that time in the armed forces, women were not allowed to be fighter pilots. And then I said, look, since I can't be a commercial pilot because it is very
Yeah.
expensive at that time,
Right.
so let me try to get into the aviation industry somehow, and found my way via the cabin crew,
Right.
and that's how I paved my way through it. And I also said, what you think is possible becomes possible the moment you decide to try. And then I said, but the real question is, do we dare to try?
Yeah.
This is how I had spoken in a recent talk. And I also spoke about the fact that at that time there used to be no script for girls.
Yeah.
It used to be look down, don't look up,
Yeah.
accept limits,
Talk
accept
a certain way.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Aviation is not for women. Choose something simpler.
Yeah.
Aviation cargo is something which was totally unheard of,
Yeah.
those kind of things. But then, as I said, I learned something very powerful in life. And what I learned is the world's limitations are often just reflections of its own fear. You'll agree with me.
Yeah, I agree.
Then I made a promise to myself, when life gives you a ceiling, turn it into your sky. I think that's
Absolutely right.
that's the message I would like to give, and that's the
Yes.
message I gave recently
Yeah.
to the young audience as well. There were a lot of school children sitting there, a
Yeah.
lot of girls sitting over there, and I was very happy to motivate and sort
I have
of
heard the
en-
podcast, yeah, recently.
encourage them.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yes,
It was very grateful to have you on our podcast
thank you.
and also as our first guest. And I'm proud to say that I'm very blessed and grateful to have you here. It is a great opportunity for me to even talk to you. So I hope someday more women like you come forward and help other women, other females to build their life as they want, or at least support them throughout their journey. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and
Yeah.
thank you for having me on your show. Thank
Yeah.
you, Rucha.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Ma'am,
dear.
have a great day, ma'am.
Yes, you
Yeah.
too. Have a nice day, great day, good day.
Thank you, ma'am. I already have it as I spoke to you. It's very grateful.
I'm honored.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
We can end the meeting. Bye.